Yo, what is good? My anime faithful, what is good, yo? I apologize if you hear any button clicking in the background this week because I have to use my controller I usually don't use. The other one's charging. Fell asleep without putting it on the charger. Stupid of me. But yeah, man. Bound Stray Dogs. Alright, let's get into this ridiculously dope and fast-paced episode. Like, holy crap, they put so much in it. And within seeing all of this, we still have probably barely any understanding of just what type of actual battle we're in for, if it does turn into a battle. Seeing how these are some of the more smarter people that have came up with quite a good couple good ideas in the nick of time. So we'll see what they come up with this time around. But to be fair, this don't look too pretty. So with that being said, I have seen quite a bit of this show when it comes down to what they're capable of and what our characters are capable of usually and what they pull out. But to think that they were all excuse me. To think that they were all kind of caught off guard and put into very critical conditions this week, and I'm talking about them being some of the strongest people of the squads that they run, being the bosses, um, which is funny to me as well because not only is like the bosses in trouble right now, right? Like the two bosses of the two organizations that Dazai has literally actually worked for. Um, but when it comes down to them, they usually are always in some type of situation that kind of just gives you the notion that their fate is almost like connected always. So when we needed to have the conversation with the Port Mafia and just overall have an understanding that they needed to both hunt down Guild, uh, those two were the ones that had to communicate with each other, and while they were communicating, they gave us a brief lesson that they've known each other for quite some time. So with that, it's given that now for some reason anything bad that happens to one, usually it happens to the other. So I don't know what the heck that's about, but I honestly think it's kind of funny and uh, I was gonna say necessary, but it's not really necessary in the sense of just because one boss goes down doesn't mean one of the organizations. Excuse me, I apologize. Just woke up. It doesn't mean that one of the nations in general. So, for instance, the mafia in this sense, like, look how strong they still are without their boss. But the whole thing of the boss, we as an audience shouldn't know. We don't know much about his ability, right? We don't know much about this girl's by his side's ability as well. The one that is turning into like a superhuman and can just fly around and be ridiculously strong enough to pull a grown man out of an exploding car before they actually take significant damage. Sure, his clothes were burnt up a little bit, but he still made it without sustaining really any type of real type of damage. So that's huge on how quick and how powerful this little girl is on their squad. So she might be the true leader, and he's just filling in the role because of they needed an adult figure looking leader instead of just having a little cutesy little girl be the leader. So we'll see how that plays out. But for the other leader, our leader, the president, man, our uh, our detective guy is not taking it too well, and it makes sense because the real person that truly believed in his detective skills and actually gave him, you know, the true meaning of what it means to work together and like try to help out in the bigger cause of things. It all kind of turned against him when you see the man who brought you in is on his deathbed and supposedly you learn of what the disease is being this cannibal uh, ability, which when we just saw how this person with the blood can fight, I guess um, they just were camping it out, like once they did all that they did, they then were in a position to practically, oh my God, why did I do that? They're in a position to practically just wait for the outcome, and easily get take them out. So it's crazy to think that both these bosses are down. Not only are the bosses are down, the main guy that I really like from the Port Mafia that's still there is the Gravity guy. And to think that he's already here at the hospital where the president is, uh, that types of stuff scares me, man. Like they really know how to set up these arcs of like ridiculous battles that should take place, and we're talking we're talking a full-on Yu Yu Hakusho esque battle where, or like dark tournament type of battle where, we got a full squad of just straight killers on all sides of the field, and this man literally is like, "Do you want to do this one by one? Or are we all running in at the same time? Like, what is actually good?" And man, bro, like that, I had goosebumps. I literally just had goosebumps. I mean, they hit us with the JoJo pose on my boy with the gravity. They definitely know that the Port Mafia is a characterized group that would have done this in a heartbeat, knowing that it could bring back their boss or just bring back one of the more, powerful members. Slash, if you have a gift and you work for them and you're the one organizing them, yeah, they're all gonna jump out of the window to try to save him. So that's the really cool part about this, and it goes to show you which look at these people who are showing up, and if there's more people in the Port Mafia, that might be the side of the Port Mafia that actually still does not agree with, this new leader who has taken the life of the previous one. So it's stuff like that that kind of gives you a better look at the Port Mafia, what they could do at any given time, and that the guy who's with them, the Gravity guy, he could probably do a lot of this by himself, but it's just the overall fact that there's someone that can't be hurt by physical damage, and that's just like a hard counter. They're like hard counters to each other because he can like, distribute a lot of the damage he's taking and not even really take it, or go berserk and just not even care, just destroy you. So it's one of those things where you're just like, man, these characters are almost tailor made to fight each other, So we got everybody really just on the line, ready to fight. But the thing that gives me the most hope and the most faith that something good's gonna come out of all this is the fact that whatever the new acting president has decided to do, his ideals and just his mind in general, or maybe thinking of what Dazai would do, because even he didn't want to fight the Port Mafia at all without Dazai, knowing so much of the in and out of certain people within it. Not only that, just being very, very keen when it comes down to eliminating their abilities and making them scared to even approach him. So it's a lot of things that he brings to the table, and he's just been x'd out of the table, x'd out of the situation altogether, because he's the one who even found out about the ability and what it actually stems from, instead of just having the idea of, oh, he's been poisoned. Like, nah, he's been worse than poison. He's literally being eaten from the inside. So very, very interesting start to this already, and I really loved how they're playing with this mouse guy. He literally is hiding amongst the crowd of people, dressed up as a cop, comes over, asks the Port Mafia boss what has happened and what's popping off, just to come to find out it's him with a knife and stabs him. So this is getting good. I'm kind of disappointed we're at 8 episodes out of 12, but I think this is what we need for the audience and for new fans to understand that this show is really about that life, and it is ridiculously hype if you give it a chance. Not only that, it's ridiculous hype, but there's a lot of people that get these moments that are going to be ridiculously dope and remembered time and time again, just like the where Tiger and the main destroyer of the Port Mafia working together to beat the guild. Those are the types of memories that are gonna stand the time of times, the test of times. And if they continue this, we're gonna get so much more from this show. So episode 8, absolutely hype, but please announce the next season at the end of this season if you're really gonna just give me 12 episodes, baby. Come on, bruh. So, yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I definitely will be talking to you guys very soon for some JoJo. So if you guys have watched this and you go and check out my video on JoJo, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will definitely talk to you guys in the next one. Have an awesome one. I am your boy, the Anime G. Don't be afraid to share the video, like, subscribe, all of that stuff if you feel like it. If not, thank you just for watching the video, and I will definitely talk to you in the next one. Peace.